What up? What up, y'all? What up? Oh, let me lock my door real quick. Sorry. Don't want people running into the room, so I gotta make sure I lock it. What up, though? Let me get my phone. Sorry, I'm coming on unprepared. I got noties on, man. not good. What up, everybody? Welcome to the 33rd episode of Some Casual Takes, a podcast hosted by me, Stephen Pepper, featuring other sports fans debating interesting topics with the most casual takes. This episode is brought to you by no one, and I said featuring other sports fans, but today we're solo again. That's back-to-back solo episodes. I'm trying to get used to this solo vibe. I'm starting to like it, man. Just being here myself, talking to you guys, talking to comments. I think it's more efficient that way. And I got finals coming up soon. So like trying to get all these people, guests on a set date and time to come in on my show, take time out of their day. Well, I don't even know when I'm going to go live because I have so much work. We're going to fix that though. When summer comes, we're going to definitely have more set times and dates and we're going to get better. But right now we're just figuring out what we're doing because I'm in school and I don't think the real podcast doesn't start till the summer. So right now this is a little trial and error. And then once we get to summer, we're going to be going. But 33rd episode here, boys. Sorry, I usually go live on Monday. I said I was going to be live Monday, but I had some unfortunate personal issues that I had to deal with over the weekend, and it took up a lot of my time. But I'm back here now after a rough weekend. I missed the draft. I missed talking about Curry's 50-point game. I just had a lot to do over the weekend, and it trickled into Monday because it pushed a lot of my schoolwork I had to do all Monday, so I couldn't do this live. But I'm here now, and we still have a lot to talk about. You know, I couldn't not give you guys this podcast, despite all that's going on in my life. Like Draymond Green said, you're going to get this podcast. So the 76ers, so we got two NBA games happened yesterday. We're going to kick them out. The 76ers went into Boston and won last night. I didn't see that happening. No Joel Embiid. I didn't think this was going to happen. Boston's my NBA Finals pick. And without Joel Embiid, the 76ers went into Boston and won 119-115. And, you know, sometimes in this league, it's clear that you're past your prime. You know, in your prime, you're dunking the basketball hard. You're doing all these crossover moves, quick first step, getting the cup, scoring 30 a game. You know what I'm saying? You're moving fast. You're durable. You don't miss games when you're in your prime. But when you're past your prime, when you're towards the end of it at least, it's clear that you are. You're not moving as fast as you once did. Your points per game, your stats, your field goal percentage is going down. You know, you're not dunking or jumping as high as you once did. You're getting more and hurt. You're getting pulling hamstrings more often. James Harden's 33 years old, and it's clear that he's not past his prime, or at least it's clear that he's at the tail end of his prime. He's 33. That's what you expect in this league. Someone who's 33 is at the ladder of his prime. And it's clear that James Harden's at the ladder of his prime. I mean, this is a guy who now is getting more hurt than ever before. It's clear when I'm watching this man, he's not getting by defenders as quick as he used to. I'm seeing him go when he does get by defenders. Back in the day in Houston, he used to jump up and slam when he used to get to that wide open paint. Now he's just lighting the ball up. He's missing a lot more shots. He's clearly not the same guy. I mean, in his Philadelphia career, he's played 3 playoff series. He's only given you about 17 a game on decreased field goal percentage in his Philadelphia playoff career. And I've noticed that Tyrese Maxey, the guy below him, is actually outplaying James Harden. That's how you could tell Harden is out of his prime, because Tyrese Maxey, especially against the Nets, is playing better than Harden. But every once in a while, I've noticed that a player can turn back that clock and just have a career night. I remember last year, CP3, you know, I think he was about 36 years old, clearly past his prime. Ain't at his heyday anymore. He scored 33 points while not missing a shot to close out the Pelicans at Game 6. I mean, you watch CP3. This is like routine CP3 stuff in New Orleans, in the Clippers. But he doesn't do that anymore. He rarely does that anymore. It's hard for him to do that because he's getting hurt more. He's slower. He's not hitting as many shots. But every once in a while, that player tail end his prime, CP3, 33 points, not missing a shot in a closeout game, they can turn out the clock and have a great performance. Harden, who in his prime, let me remind you, this is Houston James Harden that was the MVP of this league, who was finishing top 3 in MVP for about 5 to 6 years. averaging 30 points per game, 36 points per game one year. 36 points per game, I think, is the second all-time points per game in the regular season since the merger. I think only Michael Jordan with his 67 points per game is higher. That's how crazy James Harden was. He was one of the greatest scorers to ever play this game in his prime. Last night against Boston, he just had 45 points, which is actually his career high. So a guy at 33 who's only giving you 17 points per game in the playoffs, past his prime or at the tail end, just dropped his career high. So never once did he drop 45 in a playoff game when he was averaging 36 points per game winning MVPs. The last time James Harden, shout out to Kenny Beecham, he got this stat. Last time James Harden dropped a 45 at least point game was in 2020, was in the bubble. Was in the bubble last time Harden had 45. And he had it last night at the perfect time. Because that's what some of these guys, some of these stars, mostly for stars. I'm not talking about your role players past the prime. I'm talking about your stars, your greats. When they're at the tail end or past their prime, every once in a while they can turn back the clock and give you some of their best performances. I'd argue that this performance from Harden was a top 3 playoff performance so far. It's up there with the 50-point game from Curry and the 56-point game from Jimmy Butler. It's one of the best so far, given what was at hand. I mean, you're talking about a 76ers team that I think was about almost a double-digit point underdog in Boston, a place that is home to the defending champions of the East, a team that I have and many other people, not just to win the East, but to win the NBA championship, with Jason Tatum fully healthy, Jaylen Brown, all those guys. No Joel Embiid, Harden's teammate, who's the league MVP. No one gave Philly a shot to win this game. I thought without Embiid, the Sixers are about to be easy work. That's going to end in 5. And James Harden delivered. Now, I expect James Harden next game. I think next game is Wednesday. I expect him to go back to that 17, 20 point per game, 8 to 10 assist guy that he usually is. Not a 35 and 10 guy like he was in Houston. Not like he was in Houston. I don't think he's going to drop 45. I think this is more of an anomaly. But what a game from him. I love seeing those veteran stars, those former stars, guys who were originally at one point at the top of the NBA, now at the tail end of their prime or past their prime, turn back the clock in some of the biggest stages and give them a masterclass. Shout out to James Harden, man. That's huge for his legacy. That's huge for his legacy because this is a guy who we all kind of assumed was a playoff dropper. We kind of think he is. I mean, we think about that San Antonio series, James Harden, there's 27 missed threes in Game 7 against Golden State, a guy whose efficiency drops in the playoffs. He has that label, but to come out and do this is huge for his legacy. If he ends up beating Boston, I don't think he will, but I just want to make this note on record. If he beats Boston, this would be amazing for James Harden's legacy. I just hope that James Harden continues to play like this. I don't even care if he loses in 5 games. I don't care that they win another game. If he can just come out and average 30 on decent efficiency, that would be good for James Harden's legacy. At 33, no Embiid, we can at least say he put up a fight because that's a testament to how great of a player he is. But let's go to the team that lost, that James Harden's 45 points beat in the Boston Celtics. You guys know I've been high on Boston. I made so many TikToks on them. I've made so many segments claiming them to be the team that I think not only is going to win the East, but to win the whole NBA championship. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned with Boston. A huge reason why they even made it to the finals last year was their defense. It was their defense. They won the best defenses in the entire association. I mean, last year when you look at their playoff run, they played the Bucks and Heat. This is a team with Giannis, guy who can go off for 30 in a night, and playoff Butler. Playoff Butler's capable. He just dropped 56. So this is 2 teams that have guys who are capable of going off for 30. Giannis went off for 50 in the finals that year prior. So these are 2 guys who are capable of dropping 50 in a playoff game, those teams. And the Boston Celtics held those 2 clubs under 100 points multiple times and sometimes even 90 points. That's how good their defense was. In the modern NBA, when teams are scoring at ease, that's how great their defense was. But I'm watching the playoffs now for Boston. They're consistently giving up 120 points. Philly just dropped a 119. That's 1 point shy of 120. Basically 120. Atlanta's dropping 110, 120, 130. I thought what Atlanta did was just impressive on Trae Young's end, and their role players like Bogdanovich playing well. I thought Quinn Snyder I thought they were just impressive. Now, I don't want to take anything from Atlanta, But was it maybe that just the Boston Celtics defense is not as good as we think? Is that maybe because their defense is not as good as we think? Giving up 130 to an Atlanta team that's the 7th seed and had to go win a play-in game to even be there. Maybe Boston's defense is not as good as we think. I mean, shout out to Joe Mazzulla, the head coach. You guys already know I've said it a couple times in this pod. I'm not a huge fan of Joe Mazzulla. He's not a bad coach, man. I mean, he was the East coach for the All-Star game. He ain't a bad coach. But I had questions of Joe Mazzulla on his defense, and especially with this whole drop coverage thing. I'm seeing him play drop coverage on Trae Young. You're playing drop coverage on Trae Young. Trae Young can hit logo threes. You're dropping back in coverage. Now you're playing drop coverage, James Harden. Why is James Harden seeing actions with Al Horford? Old Al Horford. You're playing drop coverage, switching and pick and rolls. Al Horford's backing up like this. Or on James Harden when James Harden's cooking. You're doing that with Trae Young too. Playing drop coverage. It's unacceptable. You can't win games. Now, it's not 100% on Mazzulla because Ime Udoka did it as well against Steph Curry in the NBA Finals. One of the reasons why they lost the Finals was because they were playing drop coverage on the greatest shooter ever. Makes no sense. I don't know why they keep playing drop coverage. They need to stop because teams are going to keep shooting on them, and it's shown by their points. Now, if you were to tell me before the game that Boston was going to shoot 59% from the floor, 33% from three, and 94.9% from the line against a team without Joel Embiid, I would have thought they would have won by double digit. Are you serious? If you would have gave me their box score, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throw percentage, their shooting splits before the game, and told me, yo, Embiid's not playing, they're at home, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, my pick to win the championship, probably the deepest team in the league, shooting like that at home? Oh, yeah, they would have won by 10 points, but they didn't. And that's a testament to how not as good as their defense is that I thought it was. And also another concern I have with Boston is that they're really struggling down the stretch. They are. I mean, how many times this year during the regular season did we see this team blow leads? Just completely blow leads and then eventually unravel in the fourth quarter. Remember the huge lead they blew at home? I think, what was it, 26 or something to the Nets? And then the lead they blew to the Knicks, the lead they blew to the Jazz, the lead they blew to the Cavs. All these double-digit 15 to 30-point leads that they're blowing, crumbling down the stretch of games. It's getting concerning. They blew so many big leads in the regular season because I don't think they know how to close. And I'm going to blame Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. They're two stars. If you're routinely not closing games, it's got to be on your stars because your stars are the closers. I don't think Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown consistently go in a huddle in a fourth quarter after a timeout to stop some momentum from the opponent and go, hey, I got this. Like, do you guys really think Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown are going in a huddle? Mazzulla's drawing up a play. Smart and all them are listening. Horford's on the sideline listening. Do you really think routinely Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are in a huddle like, yo, I got this. Let me take these last shots. Move out the way. I'm the man. I don't think they're doing that. I don't. Now, I picked the Celtics to win the finals because of this duo specifically. Because I said when this duo is on, along with their depth, along with the home court, this is the most dangerous team in basketball. You saw how they spanked Milwaukee all year because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are averaging 70 points combined in those games. I said this is the most dangerous team in basketball because they have depth and they have the duo who can go off and be amazing together. But Brown took like 3 shots in the second half. And Smart and Brogdon, which is completely unacceptable, had as many shots as Tatum down the stretch. It makes no sense that down the stretch of a playoff game, Brown and Tatum aren't shooting the ball. Neither Brown or Tatum recorded a field goal attempt in the final 5 minutes. This is a duo who, if they're both on, if they're both going shot for shot down the court, this team could win an NBA championship with ease. They have an easy path to a title. They don't play Milwaukee. They don't play Miami. They got to play Atlanta, who has no defense. And they get to play Philly with no Joel Embiid. They have such an easy path to the playoffs. And I think they're still gonna, I think they're fine, but they're struggling a bit. And it makes me mad. It's because they're 2 stars. Their inconsistencies. Tatum had some bad games against Atlanta. Now they're not taking shots down the stretch like they have throughout the season. Jaylen Brown's disappearing down the stretch like he has throughout the season. It's concerning. Now, I still think they're going to make the finals because I think they have such an easy path. Like I said, nope, they ain't going to play Miami till possibly the conference finals that they beat New York. And I don't think New York's that serious to go to the finals. I'm sorry, New York fans. Yeah, you beat Cleveland, but Boston's a bit different, especially without Julius Randle and Philly without Embiid. So they have an easy path. I'm not going to give up them going to the finals, but I'm definitely concerned about them winning the finals. I'm not changing my pick, though, because I still think if this duo can click, this is the most dangerous team in the league. But I just wanted to voice my concerns so I don't look like oblivious when this team gets knocked out. I wanted to at least say, like, hey, I at least said it. At least I knew their concerns. Okay, the game that came on at 10 o'clock, the West Coast game to end the night on that TNT doubleheader was the Suns-Nuggets. So the Suns lost. Again, they're down 0-2. They lost 97-87. This is how they responded to a blowout loss in game one. Wow. I had the Suns winning in 5 games in the series. I think I did. Or 6. I think I said 6, depending on how great Nikola Jokic plays. Yeah, I think I said 6. I got to refer to my TikTok, but I'm pretty sure I said most likely 5. But if Nikola Jokic has just insane games, they're going to win in 6. But it looks like it's going to be the Nuggets in 5 or 6. Now, the Suns could still win in 6 if they just win 4 in a row. And my prediction will still stand because Jokic was amazing last night. I mean, shout out to Nikola Jokic. He was amazing last night. 41 minutes, 39 points, 16 boards. He was amazing last night. But down 0-2 is hard. Down 0-2 is hard, especially when there's a clear depth mismatch. There's a clear depth mismatch. I mean, Jamal Murray had such a bad game. He was excellent in game 1. And was the biggest reason why the Nuggets blew him out. But in game 2, he had such a stinker. He had a dud. 3 for 15, didn't hit a single 3, only 10 points. He was turning the ball over. Jamal Murray wasn't playoff Jamal Murray. And they still won. Because Nikola Jokic was Jokic, 39 points, proving why he's better than Embiid. Nikola Jokic, yep, he proved why he's better than Embiid. I honestly should say that. I'm going to say that for another stream. But this is why he's better than Embiid. I'm going to say that for another stream. He's proven why he's better than Joel Embiid. And the depth there, Eric Gordon. No, Porter wasn't good, but Caldwell Pope hitting timely threes. Bruce Brown hitting some layups, some free throws. The depth mismatches there. So the Suns are in trouble. And no one on the Suns is more in trouble than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's my favorite player, man. Because I just love the snake. I love seeing this man lose. Because we're going to talk about it a little bit later with this whole Golden State LeBron thing. The day this man joined the Golden State, I had a Kevin Durant jersey growing up, mind you. I had a Kevin Durant jersey in OKC. I love Kevin Durant. The fact that what he was able to do at his height was breathtaking. But he joined Golden State, and I completely threw that jersey away. I hate him ever since. And I love when Kevin Durant loses. I pray for his downfall every year. And it makes me smile that the Nets didn't work out. Then this team's losing. I didn't have a show back then, but I did predict the Nets would never make it to an NBA final, and they did. But Kevin Durant needs to turn up ASAP because his legacy's on the line. Kevin Durant's resume in his 13 seasons outside of the Bay Area, despite being one of the greatest scorers ever and playing with the likes of Russ, Harden, Kyrie, and now Booker, has 1 finals appearance and no ring in 13 seasons. He hasn't shown that he can lead a team to a title without Steph Curry's game-changing gravity rolling out the red carpet for him. Last night, he had more field goal attempts than points, including 2 for 12 from 3, in a series-defining game that was extremely winnable with his teammate, with having the teammate providing 34 points of his own, holding it down, keeping it close. And in game 1, Durant had 7 turnovers and a blowout loss. That's 2 back-to-back bad games. I'm watching this series, and it keeps reminding me of that embarrassing Grizzlies series in 2013. The 3-1 choke in 2013, the 3-1 choke in the 2016 West Finals. Getting swept in the first round last year. And now he's down 2-0 in a series that he is turning the ball over, bricking shots. Man, Kevin Durant is showing that he's clearly not the man on a championship team. Kevin Durant is showing that he's clearly not the man, and that a lot of his legacy should be attributed to Steph Curry. Now, Kevin Durant's still an all-time great. MVP of this league, one of the greatest scorers ever, at least made it to a finals. But we need to really consider, if he loses and if he gets swept, we need to consider where we put this man all time. We need to reconsider. What if, like, seriously, what if Kevin Durant gets swept in back-to-back years in, like, before conference finals, and no conference finals, no NBA finals, he gets swept before then, one in each conference. Insane. You get swept in the East, you go to the West, you get swept there, you don't make a conference finals, you don't even make that. I might have to rethink where I put Kevin Durant all time. I mean, he still has a good legacy, right? If Kevin Durant didn't go to Golden State and he was still went to the finals, MVP, top 5 in playoff points per game and regular season points per game, about like 4 scoring titles. Kevin Durant's still one of the greatest players to ever play this game, just off that alone. But like Kevin Durant, like without Golden State, Kevin Durant might be a tier above. He might just be a guy who's just a tier above Dominique Wilkins. Like, what's the difference between KD and Dominique Wilkins? Just an MVP and a finals appearance. That's it. Both two of the greatest scorers to ever play this game, who played a lot of years in the league but didn't get a championship. That would be Kevin Durant without Golden State. But you never know, though, because if Kevin Durant didn't go to Golden State, I don't want to get into that because, like, if Kevin Durant didn't go to Golden State, we don't know. He probably was still going to leave in 2016 anyways to go to a different team, and he probably still would have won a title depending on where he went. Like, what if he went to, like, Boston or something? It's a what if, but it's because we can't just assume that a player that great would not have eventually won a title, but we can, too, because he's not showing it. Let me blow my nose real quick, chat. Sorry, we got no commercial breaks out here. You know, if I got sponsored, I'm still a little sick, and my mouth gets a little watery. It gets a little dehydrated quickly when I'm talking for long periods of time. So if I had a gracious sponsor who would email me like a 30-second ad, I'd play it on the stream, give me a nice little water break, give me a break to blow my nose, because living over here at school, I get sick a lot. When I'm home, it's fine. You'll never get I can't promise you that, but when I go back home for the summer, you'll never get like a little tissue break. You'll never get a tissue break from me. You get a little water break, though. It's only awkward on solo streams when no one else is talking. I really have no one else to talk to. Wow, that sounded lonely. But I want to keep on the Suns here because the dude I did mention who dropped 35 of his own, Kevin Durant's teammate Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker is extremely underrated. I see people's top 10 current players in the league list, and Devin Booker does not even get an honorable mention. I'm not saying that Devin Booker's top 10, but not even a mention is crazy. The last 3, let me take you down the last 3 years of Devin Booker's career. Devin Booker was the best player on a team that went to an NBA Finals. Is that not important? Last year, he was all NBA first team and was on a team that won 60 games. And this postseason, he's averaging 35.4 points per game on 57, 46, 87 splits. That's out of this world. He's playing so good that he makes Kevin freaking Durant a second option. Have you heard of Kevin Durant? Do you know how good Kevin Durant is? He's one of the greatest. This is a dude who's top 5 in playoff points per game of all time. And Devin Booker is playing so well that he's making that man a second option. I'm not saying Devin Booker's top 10, but come on, put that man's hat in the race. Give him a mention. This is insane stuff that a lot of people that you have above him are not coming close to. But you get what I'm saying, though? I mean, Devin Booker's averaging 35 points per game in the playoffs in the 7 games so far. He had 35 last night. And his teammate is a dude who's top 5 in playoff points per game all time. His teammate is a dude, I think Kevin Durant is 4th or 3rd all time. Wait, no, it's Jordan, Luka. It's Jordan, Luka. I think Iverson, then Durant, then LeBron. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Might have to flip Kevin Durant. Either way, I know he's top 5 because I saw the graphic the other day. That man, a dude who's won 4 scoring titles, league MVP, champion. Kevin Durant, this is a dude who's averaged 35 in the finals. Kevin Durant's a dude who's averaged 35 in the finals. And Devin Booker is making him look like a second option. Devin Booker is that good, bro. He's that good. And I think, like I said, I don't think he should be top 10. I have a couple players ahead of him. I think I have Jimmy Butler ahead of him. But come on, you gotta have him above. Wi-Fi signal. There goes the house Wi-Fi again. Uh-oh. Wait till the house Wi-Fi comes back. All right, whatever. I can't wait to go home too because I hate this Wi-Fi signal. I get the best Wi-Fi at home. I come here, I get Wi-Fi signals. I'm glitching. It ruins TikTok clips. It ruins the watchability of the show. But we keep pushing on though because, like Draymond Green said, this is my new slogan of the show. Like Draymond Green said, you're gonna get this podcast. Speaking of top 10 rankings, I do a lot of these top 10, top 20 players on the league list, and I throw it up on a TikTok live and I discuss with my viewers. And I like doing them because I interact with my viewers, and I also get to show you guys I get to update my list every other week, and something I get to talk about topics on my lives I don't really wouldn't on the show. And over the weekend, I released my new top 20 players of all time. I think not all time, current day. I think I have Devin Booker. Speaking of Booker, I think I have 12. I think I have Booker at 12 or 13. I think so. I don't know. Anyways, that's the size point. I don't have Kawhi Leonard on my list. I think Kawhi Leonard is unrankable. Everyone always questions me why I don't put Kawhi in my top 10 to top 15 players in the league list. And I tell them, like, half of your judgment of him is what you think he can do and not what you've actually seen. My rankings on the best players right now, my rankings on the best current day players is based on your overall game from this season and last. And for Kawhi, he has not played at all this season. He's barely played this year. Like, what film are you basing your Kawhi ranking off? Like one playoff game and 5 regular season games? Because if that's just not enough to actually put Kawhi on a list with players who have 50 games and playoff runs. It's not right. Like, if you have Kawhi on your list, you're mostly basing Kawhi off potential. What you think Kawhi could do in this league in comparison to the other players on this list. Not what you've actually seen. I mean, you're like most of your judgment off Kawhi is what he was able to do in 2021 or 2020, or some people even 2019. You still assume Kawhi can do that. I don't have Kawhi on my list. I remember going on those lives, people didn't see Kawhi. So for the first 10 minutes of that live, it was just Kawhi question mark for about an hour. It was just Kawhi question marks. And I kept telling you guys, half your judgment of Kawhi is what you think he can do, not the actual film of what you've seen. So I don't have Kawhi on my list. I just want to tell you guys that. I just want to clear it up so I can go on the record, on stream, saying Kawhi is not in my top 10. I'm going to give you guys that a little advice too. Don't put Kawhi on your list. All right. I ain't dodging. A lot of people think I dodged the Warriors, so I'm finally going to talk about the Warriors today. There goes that internet symbol, so I'm going to give it a little second. I'm not dodging. I'm going to talk Warriors today. I'm not dodging. Here we go. So the Lakers and Warriors play tonight. Series of the year. I'm going to say right now, I think the winner of this series will win the championship. You cannot convince me that if the Lakers come out on top against the Warriors, against a team that's faster than them, shoots better than them, coming off a championship, if the Lakers beat them, you can't tell me the Lakers can't win a championship. You can't. Okay, at least win the West. At least win the West. I think the Lakers would, I would guarantee, if you're a Lakers fan, if they beat Golden State, punch your NBA Finals tickets because they're going. It's going to be in the crypt. But on the flip, if the Warriors win, which I don't want them to, first of all, if they win this series, like I just said, I think the winner of the series is going to win the West. I'm going to look so stupid because I said I came up here almost 2 months ago saying it was basically 2 months ago. I came up here 2 months ago and said, if the Warriors, I don't think the Warriors are contenders. That's basically what I said. I said, look, I don't think the Warriors could turn it around. When the hell is Wiggins coming back? Pools, it's not really a pool party anymore. They're terrible on the road. Defensively, they're bad. But all of a sudden, they're winning 2 games in Sacramento. Steph Curry. Wiggins is back. Looney's playing like prime Rodman. They're looking like a real team. Now, I still have concerns about Golden State because Curry had to be Steph Curry. And I don't think Jordan Poole still ain't no pool party at Jordan Poole's house. I still have some concerns with Golden State. They're going to have to lean on Curry so much. But yeah, if they win this series, I won't delete my TikTok, but I'll look stupid. I think they'll win the West. So this the Western Conference is on the line here. This is the actual West Finals. Now, my NBA predictions, I said that I think the Lakers, I saw the series coming. I said the Warriors are going to win the Kings in 7, and the Lakers are going to beat the Grizzlies in 6. Oh, by the way, I got the whole Western Conference right. Other than I said the Pelicans were going to play the Nuggets instead of the Timberwolves. It didn't matter because I still had the Pelicans losing in 5 games. And I said Brandon Ingram was going to win in 1 game. Anthony Edwards won in 1 game. The Nuggets still won in 5. And I had the Clippers losing in 5. And then I had the Warriors win 7. Lakers win in 6. So here we are. And in that same prediction, I was right. I said the Lakers will win in tight 7 games. Now, am I as confident in them winning in 7 games as I was when I made that TikTok? No. But I got to see how they come out in game 1. They have a little bit more rest than Golden State. Now it's going to be in Golden State. I'm scared. It's going to be in Golden State. We just got to win 1 in Golden State, and we can figure it out. But I'm excited for this series, man, because this is my childhood. This is my childhood. I mean, I started watching the NBA during LeBron's last year in Cleveland, and started playing 2K when LeBron was in Miami. But when I really seriously got into analyzing basketball, not just watching basketball and cheering for my team, going to games, wearing jerseys, playing 2K. No, seriously analyzing the game of basketball, giving my opinions, constantly talking about basketball, going on a basketball reference or an ESPN and researching stats. When I seriously got into analyzing basketball, it was during that LeBron James' second stint in Cleveland. He was playing Golden State every year. That was my childhood. That was my real first era of basketball. That was my favorite era of basketball, despite LeBron James having to unfairly play a Kevin Durant Golden State team. This reminds me of my childhood. This does. Now, yes, LeBron did play Curry in 2021 playing, but it was really just Steph Curry versus LeBron and AD. It wasn't really fair. Now this is more fair. I think this is the closest Steph versus LeBron series since 2016. Now, I think Golden State has the advantage because they're coming off a championship. Their best player, Steph Curry, is younger than LeBron. I think now this is the first series where Steph Curry's actually better than LeBron James. I have Steph Curry as the best player in the world, by the way. I haven't said this on the pod. I said it on TikTok before he even had that 50-point game. I don't hop on trends. I make the trends, baby. I said Steph Curry was the best player in the world before that 50-point game. So I just want to put that out there. I have receipts too. But back to it. This is the first Steph versus LeBron series where I actually think Steph Curry's better than LeBron. Now, in 2021, you could argue that Steph was better than LeBron because Steph had that great series. But it's that great season, 2021, Steph was crazy. Actually, I might argue that Steph was better that year. But this is where it's very, very clear that Steph, the gap's huge. Steph's better than LeBron. It's just a bit different now. Golden State's coming off a championship. I think their core, that championship core, is better slightly, but we'll see. I'm excited. I really want to see how Game 1's going to play out, but this is going to remind me of my childhood. Steph versus LeBron. You know, the ESPN got graphics referenced in the NBA. All those NBA finals are going to be referenced throughout the entire program from games 1 to 7. You know it's going to happen. All the graphics on Bleacher Report on ESPN. I've already seen them all about the NBA finals weekend. That's why I'm excited for the season. And this narrative, too, that I'm seeing on Twitter leading up to the series, that if Steph beats LeBron, we're gonna have to start having like these serious conversations about Steph and LeBron. Crazy. No. We're not going there. Like, we're not. Like, Twitter, calm down. We're a basketball community world. We are not going there. No, we're not going there. If Steph Curry beats LeBron this series on a way to another championship, it will not put him on the same tier as LeBron. Calm down. Like calm down. Let me ask you, is Bird and Isaiah better than Mike because they have a positive record against him? No, because head-to-head records don't just simply define who's the better player. Yes, Steph will have more rings, but LeBron will have double the regular season in finals MVPs, 9 more all-league first teams. And that was just the accolades. LeBron is just a better overall basketball player. Clears as a passer, has an assist title, top 5 in points and assists. His career points per game is higher. And he actually plays well. And during a stretch of his career, he was actually playing on the other side of the ball, unlike someone. 5 all-league first-team defenses to Curry's none. And James' multiple top 2 finishes in depoy. Steph has a better record than LeBron, but that doesn't make Steph a better basketball player. And by the way, Steph was the favorite in all of those final series against LeBron, and not one series did Steph outplay LeBron. It might be a little different. It would be a little different if Steph was just clearly outplaying LeBron in those series, but not one series was Steph better than LeBron. So no, Steph, if he beats LeBron and win another title, he'll pass Magic, but he will never be on a tier. Call me back when Steph has like 6 rings and a couple more all-NBA first teams. Then I'll put him on the tier as LeBron. But right now, no. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all just want to push narratives. Steph hasn't passed Magic yet. I see a lot of people already trying to say Steph is better than Magic. Steph has not passed Magic yet. Steph has yet to pass Magic. I'm serious. Steph has yet to pass Magic. It's really close, though. I think if Steph, depending on how Steph does for the rest of this postseason, it's getting closer and closer by the year. It got really close last year with that championship, and now with that 50-point game, and depending how far Steph gets this year, I think if he does win that title, I think he'll pass Magic, in my opinion. But right now, he's not better than Magic. People want to claim Steph's already top 5. Tripping, bro. Steph Curry has 4 rings, but 1 Finals MVP. You're tripping, bro. He hasn't passed Kobe yet. We said in the other stream, he hasn't passed Kobe, he hasn't passed Duncan, he hasn't passed Magic. I think he will pass Magic. We'll see about Duncan and Kobe. But right now, I have Magic above Duncan and Kobe, so that means Steph would probably pass him. We'll see, but I have to rearrange my top 5. But Steph Curry, as far as Magic Johnson, he hasn't passed him. I mean, Magic Johnson has 1 more championship right now, and 2 more Finals MVPs, and 1 more regular season MVP. Yeah, like he's still higher all time than Steph. Stop jumping too quick because Steph had a 50-point game. He's close though, but chill. You know what I'm saying? Last topic of the day, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stop wasting time. We're gonna try to get under an hour. If I get under an hour, bro, that's a fast-paced stream. Doing all this topics under an hour, that's an efficient stream, by the way. You're welcome. I didn't waste your time. Because besides, like I said, you probably don't want to hear me talking for an hour, don't you? No? But I had all those topics. Curry going for the 3-peat, little dude. Yeah, okay. Yo, just wait till Bronny gets in the league, and Bronny's going to have a 4-peat and pass Curry in 2 years. Okay, so I had those topics. So that was prior topics. I had those planned out since last night. But all of a sudden, I get some news about an hour or so ago when I'm walking to class. The Grizzlies told Dylan Brooks they no longer want him. The Grizzlies told Dylan Brooks that they're not bringing him back no matter what. Oh my! Oh shit! Oh my god! Listen, out of all the levels of hooping I've seen, Dylan Brooks is by far the worst basketball player I've ever seen. And this is coming from a guy who's been subscribed to Flight React since 2016. Dylan Brooks is so bad. You can say this has a lot. You can say this has a lot to do with him causing a storm, poking my glorious king. But let's face it, the Grizzlies knew this dude was a scrub. Dylan, if you watch the series, Dylan Brooks was a net negative for this team. He just provided nothing for them in that series. And the Grizzlies' Game 5 blowout win, all of the rotation players had a positive plus minus, but one guy. And I'm going to let you guess who that is. I don't have to tell you. Brooks said recently that he wants to go somewhere with more opportunity than just being a 3-and-D guy because he says he has more to his game. Yeah, there are a lot of spots open in Shanghai, buddy, for all the other NBA rejects. You'll fit right in. You'll fit right in. Let me pull up his field goal percentage real quick. I was going to look still for him. Let's go look still for him. Oh. Oh, okay, so he got better. That last game, that 40% from the three really saved. I actually want to do the math. L preparation. Did I miss the bro? It's the first segment, bro. You missed Honey Bun Harden's first. It was the first segment of the show, bro. I had to pay props to Harden, bro. You missed it. Try to pull up Dylan Brooks' stats here. So we got 22. I see that 40% saved him. Let me do the math real quick. Yo, L preparation, 32.3, 20, 14, 23, plus 20, divided by 5. 21 points. Yeah. Dylan not built like that? Yeah, bro. Yo, Skino, you're better than Dylan Brooks, bro. Like, seriously. Like, he's bad. He's bad. I'd rather pull up some kids from Kingdom League and Brick League than Dylan Brooks. Seriously. I'm being serious. Dylan Brooks says he's more than just 3-and-D. Bro, you ain't even 3-and-D. LeBron James was shooting higher than 50% on you, cooking your behind. And the three that you claim before game 6, which saved your stats, you were shooting 22% from three. Have fun in China, bro. No one's resigning. I hope you had fun. I hope you guys had fun today because I'm out of here, guys. 42 minutes, 43 minute stream, W stream. Gonna be back on Friday. Friday, we're recapping the war. That's game 2 recap of the Warriors Lakers. I'll finally have a Lakers recap. I was thinking about doing a stream tomorrow to recap today's game. I think I'd rather just do a TikTok live tonight instead. So check my TikTok tonight. I'm probably gonna go live post game, depending how busy I am with school. School's really messing up how I do TikTok live. I would be a lot more consistent with streams, TikTok lives, pods, TikToks on my page. I'd be more consistent if it wasn't for school. School is kicking my behind, bro. But I'm trying. When summer comes, bro, we are going to be amazing. But thank you guys for tuning in for the 33rd episode of Some Casual Takes. Kevin Durant's legacy is on the line. We'll see how it comes out in game 3. Praying that LeBron James gets this game 1. If the Lakers win game 1, my confidence will be through the roof. I'll be the happiest man alive. You do not want me to be on TikTok live tonight if the Lakers win, because I want to start going on TikTok live more because, man, my raw emotions after games are more funnier than my takes on here. But I appreciate you guys for coming on. Check me out Friday at like 12 o'clock. That's what I'll be on for my next show. Keep your noties on, and peace.